Sony is hoping the launch of its next PlayStation console will help them score big time this holiday season.
We like our video games here in this country. Liz Clement at the PlayStation headquarters. Day 2 of 3 days in the Valley. Liz?
This one's for you, Connell. Meet my friend, God of War. We are inside Sony's headquarters for PlayStation in San Mateo, California, where they are gearing up. You cannot believe what is happening in here as they prepare for the launch November 15th of PlayStation 4. This is supposedly a revolutionary console. They already have 1 million global pre-orders at this point. That was last month's number. We're going to find out this month's number coming up. But all day long, we're live here. I want to introduce you to Scott Rohde. He is Senior Vice President of Sony Worldwide, and we are looking at the studios area right here. He's going to show us a game that isn't even on the market right now called inFamous Second Son.
Absolutely. This is something we're really proud of. This comes from our studio up in Washington State, Sucker Punch. They're a wholly owned studio, part of Worldwide Studios. Greg is here in the background kind of playing this for us. This is something this is the third game in this series, and something that we're extremely proud to launch on PlayStation 4 with.
What is with this guy? He pulverizes and then he starts attacking. Tell me what's happening. I mean, why do people love this game?
Well, the story is this guy has some superhero-like powers, right? And he has to. Of course he does. It's a video game. His name is Delson Rowe. He has to choose to use these powers for good or for evil, and that's all up to the player. And that's always been a hallmark of the inFamous series. But now that this is on PlayStation 4, you can see how amazingly dense this world is, how big it is, how Greg here can do anything he wants here.
He's like Spider-Man. He can jump all over the place.
Better than Spider-Man.
Better than Spider-Man.
Let's face it.
Sorry. But what I find fascinating is, folks, you are watching something that is not on the market yet. It will be come November, so you're getting this first look at inFamous. What numbers are you looking at? I mean, you want to sell how many of this particular game, as well as, of course, the console itself?
The largest number you can pronounce, that's the number that we want to sell for every game we make, right? So, no, we always want to get up there in the multiple millions of units to have a real success for any particular game.
But the issue is a chicken and egg syndrome. And interestingly, later on today, here on 3 Days in the Valley, we're going to have Peter Moore of Electronic Arts. And they're the gamer guys. They make the games for the PlayStations as well. Sony makes games too. But the game companies have to be ready for when the console comes out. Will this be ready?
This is a game that's due to come out slightly after the launch of PlayStation 4. But teams like Sucker Punch and teams like the guys at EA, like you've mentioned, they've been working on these games for years, right? So to be ready for that launch window, these guys have to be working for a long period of time.
It's a little annoying. Sony announced that PlayStation 4 was going to come out November 15th. What happens? Microsoft's Xbox, the big competitor, says, oh, by the way, we're coming out in November too. Make your case. Why PS4 and not Xbox?
This is the most powerful machine on the market. You can talk to anyone, any of the tech analysts that have looked at the machines. This is the most powerful machine on the market.
Well, you say that.
Yes.
How? Give me some hard data.
Well, what I'm going to tell you is more from a layman's perspective, because I think that's the best way to describe it. This game, everything you see, look at the screen here. You can see the reflections here. You can see all the detail from the water. This takes place in Seattle, right? So while you could do pieces of these on previous machines, now you can do all of the great water and lighting effects, plus you can have all these special effects. Watch what's about to happen right here. This is called an orbital drop.
Oh,
right?
That's gotta hurt.
So you can do these amazing special effects.
Up the dinosaur skeleton.
Everything on the screen is a physical object, right? So the thing is, you could do pieces of those in the past on different platforms, but now with the power of the PlayStation 4, I can have the lighting, I can have the physical effects, I can have the graphical fidelity all in one.
PlayStation 3, 70 million hardware units, 595 million software units. Do you expect to best that for PlayStation 4?
Personally, I absolutely do. This is a far superior machine. There's a healthy appetite for gamers out there that want the next great thing. Absolutely, I think we will succeed that.
Well, part of the issue with the industry itself is, that packaged software of games is not so hot anymore. You've got people playing mobile games for $1 of a download, and some of these games are It's $40, $50, $60. How do you make the case for that?
I think PlayStation has always done a good job of giving users the choice, giving gamers the choice. We have free-to-play games, we have dollar games, we have 49-cent games, we have $15 games like Journey, for example, and there's always still an appetite for that $60 game. Just back in June, we launched The Last of Us for $60. It's already up in that 4 million unit range, so there's still a healthy appetite for those big games out there.
Scott Rohde, it's very nice for you to say how great it is, but what does Ratchet think? I mean, Ratchet's been sitting here watching inFamous Second Son. You got to give the thumbs up or thumbs down. This is a nice little weapon here, a little trident action. This is what it's like to work at Sony PlayStation headquarters. Scott, thank you.
Very nice to
We
talk
wish
to you.
luck. We are so far from done here with our continued exclusive inside look here all day long for Sony PlayStation headquarters. Coming up, we have at 3 p.m. Eastern. And, of course, before then, we've got the Shutterfly CEO, Jeffrey Hausenbold. Of course, 3 Days in the Valley, we look at all of the startups and how they become public. That's an incredible story. How many of us have used Shutterfly? And 3 p.m. Eastern, we have the Chief Executive Officer of Sony Computer Entertainment, Jack Tretton. He's sort of the chief general in this massive battle of gaming. We are going to get some hard numbers from him. How many pre-orders now? What are the specs and the numbers for PlayStation 4? You guys, you can't miss it. It's day 2 of our 6th annual 3 Days in the Valley. Back to you.